Okay, family game night. Which one do you want to be, Horace?
I want to be Link Shield.
You always get to be Link Shield. I want to be Link Shield for once.
You can be Link's Iron Boots.
Why do I never get to be the banker?
Because you can't count.
I can too count. I can count, I just don't count correctly when I'm losing.
In which why you can't be the banker.
I want to play Guess Who.
Guess Who's a 2-player game. There's 3 people here. There's 4 people here.
Greetings, Marshall.
Hey, it's family game night. What do you want?
I have decided to take you all as my servants. From now on, you will call me King Apple.
I'm not calling you that.
Me neither.
Me neither. Fools! No one disrespects me. I am an elder god. I am older than time itself. I am eternal. I am the walrus.
Here, you can play Monopoly with us. You can be the Mario hat.
What? No, I demand to be Link Shield.
No, that's my piece. I called it.
You can't just call pieces. That's not fair. I want to play Guess Who now. It's always used to on table. We never play where I want to play. It's always choose whoever or Monopoly.
So last time, since I talked about a movie I didn't particularly enjoy, this time I want to talk about a movie I did enjoy. I don't have a physical copy of this movie. The People Under the Stairs is a 1991 horror comedy written by the late Wes Craven. Shortly before his death, he was actually developing a TV series reboot for this movie for the Sci-Fi Channel, which could have gone either way. I don't know what the deal is with Sci-Fi Channel. They have some legitimately good shows, and then you get to the movies, and it's just... There are some legitimately good actors in this movie. Of course, we have Everett McGill and Wendy Robbie, who play Mommy and Daddy. Fans of Twin Peaks will recognize them immediately. Brandon Quinton Adams plays Fool, and he's best known as Jesse from The Mighty Ducks and Kenny from The Sandlot. He was also in Moonwalker, which... oh hey, he was the voice of Rajan in Kingdom Hearts 2. Or is it Raiden? I don't know, I didn't play that one.
That was low, you know?
Finally, we have AJ Langer, who did a lot of television spots, but I only bring her up because she's a goddamn countess. Like, in real life. As in, married to a count and lives in a castle kind of countess. Crazy. So anyway, apparently this movie was based off of a news story from 1978. Wes Craven read about burglars breaking into a home and said burglars finding children locked away by their parents. And it was marketed as a dark comedy! The movie opens on a tarot card reading for Poindexter, whose nickname is Fool's 13th birthday.
Now here's your card, Fool. See? That's where I got your nickname. Don't remind me.
You know, it's kind of interesting how Ruby uses the Fool card to describe Poindexter. The Fool card means folly, mania, extravagance, intoxication, delirium, frenzy, and reverse is negligence, absence, carelessness, apathy, and vanity. I mean, it's kind of early, but that doesn't really describe this character, like, not even remotely, but I know nothing about tarot cards. I just think they're cool looking. Fool and his family live in a rundown apartment on the brink of eviction due to their mom being very sick, unable to work, and in need of an operation. Fool's sister Ruby, at least I think she's his sister, is played by Kelly Jo Minter. If she looks familiar to you horror junkies out there, it's because she is. She was in Nightmare on Elm Street 5 and The Lost Boys. And again, this is another actress that I think would have done really well in voice work. She has a very unique voice that would have went well with animation.
You shouldn't believe Fool. Go back to reading your book. What's wrong? Nothing you can do.
Fool is rightfully worried about being evicted and losing his mother to sickness, and while sulking meets...
Who are you?
Leroy.
Oh, come on. Do I really need to tell you who Ving Rhames is? Though, I will say, he was phenomenal in the Dawn of the Dead remake.
Why Mama crying?
Y'all been evicted. You gotta be out tomorrow midnight.
Speaking of soulless landlords, here we get a glimpse of Mommy, Daddy, and Alice.
One last family in the Lenox Avenue building, then it's clear to tear down.
Mama, what happened? happens to the people when you make them leave their home?
I don't believe I was speaking to you.
The next morning, Full meets up with Leroy and Ruby.
Out of 7, 3 is already dead. And then there's you, baby, turning tricks on the strip.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! That is one hell of a backstory that Leroy just skimmed right past. Out of 7 children, 3 are dead, 1's in jail, 1's a drug addict, and Ruby is apparently prostituting herself out. Holy shit, that is dark.
You know your mama got a cancer in her she can't afford to have taken out?
Leroy!
Horror comedy! Leroy devises a plan to rob the landlords that involve dragging Poindexter into it. After robbing a liquor store the landlords also owned and finding out where they live through a letter addressed to their residence.
It's from the company that wants to buy the coins the landlord collected.
Okay, people aren't just gonna leave valuable coins unprotected in their home. They're usually in safety deposit boxes in banks. Or if they do keep them in the home, they're in heavy-duty safes. Leroy has no reason to believe the landlord wouldn't have done one of these things. Meanwhile, Mommy goes to their daughter Alice's room to retrieve her dinner plates.
You didn't lick this, did you?
No, ma'am.
Yeah, it's gonna be weird, but I'm gonna be calling these two Mommy and Daddy because they're never actually given names directly anyway. Mommy dresses Alice like a doll and performs some seriously abusive behavior to show she's a heartless bitch.
Some robbed the store.
Oh, and they're racist too! I mean, why not?
She's been feeding that thing between the walls again.
No.
Remember not to bruise her face.
Movie. She's evicting a single mom with cancer. It doesn't get that much more evil than that.
Bad girls. Burn in hell.
I don't remember this movie being so hard to watch as a kid. Leroy and Spencer case the landlord's house by first driving by, then having Full dress as a Boy Scout and approach the home. He walks around knocking on doors and finds a small pond towards the back of the house.
Do you have like a bathroom I could use? They leave us out here all day without anywhere to take a leak. That's okay.
Dexter reports back to Leroy and Spencer what he saw in the short time he was close to the house.
How the screens held on?
Padlocks on the outside.
Padlocks on the outside?
Spencer decides it's too risky to break in on Sunday if they don't know if there's an alarm system, and dresses up as an employee of a gas company to check the meter inside the house. Which, really? Would anybody actually fall for that? Especially after she just had another person try to get into the house. Dude is just asking to be eaten by a bunch of cannibal teenagers. While waiting for Spencer to return, they notice Mommy leaving the house.
It has to be someone else in there. Old folks, kids, or something.
Come on, we going in.
They park in the driveway, which is really stupid. They have no idea where she's going. They don't know how long she's going to be gone. It's just seems like a bad idea. Anyway, while Leroy attempts to break in the heavy door, Dexter finds a little doll on the floor. A doll that kind of looks like Spencer.
It's open right up now.
Dexter distracts the attack dog named Prince long enough to get the door between them, then notices this house and its occupants might be a little off.
You stay down here and you keep an eye out. You think you can do that?
Full hears something in the basement and in classic horror movie fashion, decides to go down into the creepy dark basement. I mean, in his defense, he does think it's Spencer, and for a minute he bolts back up the stairs before facing his fear, and in the process triggers a trap that locks him in. Full runs away from the lights and sounds before tripping over what's left of Spencer.
Spencer.
He realizes the corpse has a gold coin in his hand and takes it.
Who are you?
Dexter breaks free from his attacker and his stunt double runs up the stairs before they collapse into a ramp under him and he tumbles back down. Full tries again and bolts back up the ramp where he's let out by Alice.
Hello, miss?
Dexter hears a car door and sees Mommy has returned along with Daddy and goes searching for Leroy.
Leroy!
Jesus!
Yeah!
You seen Spencer?
I seen Spencer all right.
You find anything?
He's dead, Leroy.
You sure?
You thought he was white before? You should see that sucking neck.
Dexter was just waiting to use that line. It looked like he was so excited to use it. God, look how cute that dog is!
Uh-oh.
Where'd he go?
Tonight, you.
Aw, damn it, it was a really bad idea to stuff my pockets full of steaks today. Dexter drags Leroy and Prince to the front door and electrifies all three of them to get the dog off Leroy.
I told you don't mess with me.
Are these people crazy or what?
You ask him.
Get in there, Daddy. Get in there and get him. Clear it out.
Other one must be upstairs.
Princey. Daddy, go get him.
While searching for a hiding place, Daddy hits a lockdown switch, locking all the doors, including the closet Leroy's in, I think? Wait, was the closet door not on lockdown? Because the previous scene made it look like it was.
Get what he called me.
He called you a fool.
He's a fool!
Dexter exits the crawl space into another wing of the house and discovers Alice alone in the bathroom, holding one of her dolls she made to look like him.
Can't get out. No one ever has. Well, I'm gonna get out. People have tried. You mean the people in the cellar?
Yeah, I mentioned it as a joke before, but yeah. The people in the cellar with the flashlights are teenage boys who were kidnapped as kids to be obedient little boys.
But each one they found turned out bad. Some saw things they weren't supposed to. Others heard too much. Others talked back.
So Daddy cut out their tongues, blinded them, and or made them deaf and locked them in the basement. One wonders why they just didn't kill them and bury them in the cellar when they have no qualms about murder.
How come they haven't put you in the cellar? I do not see or hear or speak evil. It's the only way.
Man, this movie is seriously messed up. There is absolutely no way it could get any weirder. Why is he wearing a gimp suit? Dude, this is 1991. There was no Amazon back then. My man had to walk into a store and purchase or have this special made. And, oh my god, I've been referring to him as Daddy this whole time.
Daddy, police out back.
Damn.
Poindexter tries to get the attention of the cops, but the windows are soundproof and only serves to notify Prince of his location. Oh, was that necessary? Meanwhile, the cops let the two know the owners of the van were involved in a liquor store robbery.
Liquor store?
And then they just leave. They just leave? They don't search the van or call backup or anything?
What?
There's not just the two. There's a boy.
Fool is now stuck in the bathroom since the path Alice showed him earlier is now blocked and Prince is outside the door.
You come in here and I'm gonna kick your ass!
I really love the look on Everett's face here. He's like, I'm a 7-foot tall man with a shotgun. You're a 4-foot child with a doll. What are you gonna do?
Gonna kill you!
What hit you?
The damn bear troopers.
Wait, were her eyebrows always black outlined? No, they weren't. I don't know, maybe it's just like a makeup choice when she's inside the house because she looks very mommy dearest here. Or maybe there was a scene of her reapplying her makeup and it was cut, or maybe just a continuity error. I don't know. When Daddy sends Prince into the walls after Roach and Fool, Roach sets off a trap for Prince and sends him on a ride. Roach and Fool exit into Alice's room and the three have really awkward introductions.
He doesn't talk much, does he? His tongue's cut out.
Man, he is really cool about having a part of his body cut off, huh? Roach is played by Sean Whalen. He's done a lot of TV. He was in Superstore. He's a McPoyle in an episode of Always Sunny. And, okay. I found his reel on YouTube, and this scene with him in that outfit pops up with no warning in the middle of it. I don't know what this movie is, but I am desperate to know. If you happen to know, by all means, please let me know down in the comments, because I have to watch this. After the introductions, Fool notices all the dolls Alice made of burglars, salesmen, workmen, and others who heard or saw too much.
Why do you make these? To hold the souls of burglars when they died. Or salesmen.
You would think this many people going missing around this neighborhood would send up some red flags.
What did I do with the mommy?
Total spring cleaning.
Daddy forces Fool to move Leroy's body into the basement, kicking Fool down the steps while Mommy forces Alice to goddamn! That fall looked unscripted and painful. I think Alice was supposed to land on her knees because if you pause the movie, you can see the actress is wearing flesh-colored stunt knee pads, but it didn't go that way. However, I am glad the director picked this take because it looks especially brutal. Also, because YouTube sucks, I can't show you Wendy's insane monologue here, since it's longer than 10 seconds, but it's really well acted, showing Mommy's mask slipped from stoic to raving lunatic, without coming off as overblown. She's fucking scary.
You kids will be the death of me!
Daddy chops up Leroy to feed the kids under the stairs, and... So he's a cannibal too?
Keep him real hungry.
He's a landlord, a racist, a murderer, a kidnapper, child abuser, possibly pedophile, we'll get to that, and cannibal. Anything else, movie? You gonna have him tie a damsel to a train tracks, or kick a puppy, or burn down an orphanage? Meanwhile, Joan Crawford over here continues her insanity by forcing Alice to bathe in scalding water. I really didn't like this scene. It was kind of hard to watch. Those of you who don't know, I worked with abused children, and you'd be surprised how often scalding water is used as a form of punishment. Comedy show!
Where's the bear trooper?
Dead meat. I could have killed him, but I'll let the people under the stairs do it.
Name drop! I swear it's just a coincidence that the movies that I choose sometimes does this. What is this, like the third time now? Leroy comes back from the dead and scares the people under the stairs. Just kidding, it's Roach. The two hide in the furnace, where it's revealed Daddy hit Roach when he shot at him earlier in Alice's room.
The coin collection. Leroy was right. Thanks, Roach.
Roach asks Fool to help Alice by simply spelling her name, which Fool understands and agrees to, before Roach succumbs to his injuries.
Did you tell him anything? If you did, you'll know what I'll do.
Yeah, I gotta touch on this. So it's kind of implied that Daddy has or is touching Alice, but it's not overt. I'm not sure if they meant it this way or not, but some of the things he says and one thing he does later kind of leads me to believe he's a pedo on top of everything else.
I killed your skinny friend in the walls. Now, what do you think of that?
Wait, how does Daddy know Roach died? He wasn't around when it happened, and that was like 5 seconds ago.
Shut the fuck up!
Favorite delivery in the movie. Almost, anyway. Fool delivers the one-punch nutbuster to Daddy and escapes into the wall with Alice. The kids break out of the vents and discover Daddy set traps.
We gotta be careful. Real careful.
Kill him! Kill him, Vince! Kill him! Kill him!
Instead of running this time, Fool decides to fight Prince, and since the real dog is clearly too sweet and friendly to pull off a convincing snarling beast, the kids wrestle with a Muppet that resembles a dog. Also, for people like me who enjoy interesting backgrounds, there's a ton of pictures of children with their faces X'd out on the walls. If you look carefully, they're almost all taken through chain link fence, which begs the question, where did they get these photos? Did they go to a school or a park and somehow lure these children away? If it was at school, where the hell were the teachers? And why didn't this raise any red flags that 2 adults were taking pictures of children? Daddy figures out where the kids are and begins stabbing through the walls.
Oh, I got him.
Prove it.
Oh, shit.
You killed Prince!
The kids make it to the attic where Full discovers an open window and realizes they can jump in that little pond to escape. However, Alice is so terrified of the outside world she can't do it.
What's out there?
There he is! Ah!
Poindexter falls off the roof into the pond below and manages to escape into the night.
He got away.
Come back inside.
Full shows the coins Roach gave him to his granddad, who tells him,
"You do have enough to pay your rent for a while. Say to the year 2000.
And Mama's operation?
And your mama's operation."
Oh wow, do you remember when the year 2000 seemed so futuristic and so far away? After the coin value conversation, Poindexter's grandpa reveals something interesting.
That brother-sister act you messed with are evil, plain and simple.
Wait a minute, brother and sister?
They're incestuous, why not? Let me just add that to the list. Funny thing about this ridiculously long list of evilness is unless you were really paying attention to the dialogue, you might have missed a good chunk of these. Or not really think anything of them because, well, they're evil, and for the most part, that's enough to believe anything about them.
Started out as a family running a funeral home, selling cheap coffins for expensive prices.
So just a regular funeral home then. Full tells Ruby he's going to save Alice and calls the cops to report them.
This real or what?
Bogus. Place is clean. People don't even have kids.
Now I know what you're thinking. Gimp Suit Daddy ran throughout this entire house shooting holes into the walls. The cops would see that, right? And you'd be right, but there's a scene where a rookie cop points out Alice's room. If you look carefully, Daddy repaired the wall where he shot at Roach. It's very unbelievable, sure, but it's a nice detail and I'm glad they actually showed it.
Well, you said you had no kids.
Alice left us a long time ago, Sergeant.
Good night.
I don't want to see another cop or cookie in my life.
May they burn in hell.
It's a little extreme, I would say.
Self-worked.
Yep.
Mommy and Daddy go up the stairs and it's revealed Fool had snuck in and hid. I'd say that's impressive, but we did see the investigatory prowess of these city's cops.
I pray the Lord my soul to keep.
Oh, please don't put your hands on a child when you're wearing that. Or anybody. I am uncomfortable. Fool hits Daddy, breaking free before running down the stairs.
He's fast, damn it!
Daddy chases but realizes the back door is open and Fool must have escaped again.
Did he get out? Burn in hell.
But aha! Our intrepid hero managed to outwit them again. Fool manages to climb all the way up the chimney to the attic where he knocks out a brick, finding Alice tied up.
You okay?
Oh, and the poor baby looks so happy to see him. Besides Roach, Poindexter's probably the only kind and gentle soul she's ever been in contact with.
Alice, can you get any more of these bricks out?
I can't. They've got me stuck. I'm tied to a bolt in the chimney.
This one?
While trying to remove the bricks, Alice hears someone coming and pretends to still be tied up.
Let me down, please.
Horrifying. Comedy show. While Mommy nurses her banged up knee and Daddy has a rage fit in the hallway, Fool climbs out of the chimney and into the attic. Oh, that's probably the only hug Alice has ever gotten in her life.
Listen, Alice, they're not your real parents. What? They're not. A bunch of rotten baby snatchers. You're just saying that.
Alice is taken aback by this revelation. It's almost like a switch goes off in her head.
Fell up to a little jump.
Problem is, first thing he did when you escaped was drain it, put broken glass and rocks in the bottom.
It kind of seems like just draining it would have done the trick, but this family is all about overreactions. Speaking of...
Wait, look.
What? How did he get dynamite? Is that something you can just buy? Though knowing this family, I would be 0% surprised if he knew how to make dynamite. And wait, let's say one of the people under the stairs gets into the wall like Roach did. He wired the whole house to explode? Like with them in it? This just doesn't seem like the brightest idea, but I'm not a landlord, so... The pair climb the roof while Mommy and Daddy bicker.
You should have let me kill her.
You stay away from Alice.
She did it with him, I know it.
Not my little girl.
They're kids! I mean, granted, yeah, there's gonna be sexually active younger kids, but I fucking doubt Alice is one of them! Poor Everett, man. That suit looks really hot, and it's really gross looking, and he had to be filmed and immortalized in it. The two hear a noise in the chimney, and Daddy shoots up, thinking he hit Fool, and then wacky shenanigans take place. I'm not kidding, it gets pretty goofy here. Fool tells Alice to escape out the back door through the living room while he continues to the cellar to retrieve the shotgun and set the teenagers free. I like that the kids recognize Fool and call him out by his name. I'm guessing Roach told them about Fool at one point, but when and how, I don't know. I also like how Fool hushes them like they're annoying children. Mommy finds Alice and demands she tells her where Fool is.
Go to hell!
He's turned my little girl against me!
They search for Alice but hear the boys in the cellar making noise.
She's in the cellar.
No way.
Then he is.
So they just forgot about Alice?
You know a prayer? Say it.
That's what you get for trying to do a cool one-liner instead of just shooting, kid. Actually, you know, I'm kind of surprised Poindexter did this. He's a smart kid. He knows those stairs turn into a slide, but maybe he just thought he could get a shot off before Daddy could react. Right when Daddy is about to give Poindexter a new hole in his head, they hear someone knocking at the door. Mommy hushes them, fixes herself, and hides her gun behind her back before answering the door.
My name is Ruby Williams, and I represent the Association of People who have been unjustly evicted, exploited, and generally fucked over.
What?
Hell yeah, that's my girl Ruby. She's super hot too. My fragile heterosexuality. Ruby drills into Mommy before she slams the door in her face and tells Daddy to kill Fool, but the teens aren't having it this time and blind Daddy with their flashlights long enough for Fool to escape.
Police, open up!
Nope, not the cops. It's Ruby and Poindexter's grandfather again, here to say to Mommy what I'm sure a lot of people want to say to their landlords.
There's no community here. All I see are a couple of...
Hey, Ruby, she's right here.
Busted your ass, bitch.
Oh god, I love the banter from the crowd. This must have been an awkward scene to film. Just as Mommy points a gun at Ruby, Alice drops down from one of Roach's tunnels, knocking that bitch out cold, as Ruby describes it.
What they doing to her then?
I love this crowd! Meanwhile, Daddy is trying to locate Fool and having a hard time of it when one of the teens grabs Fool and drags him in front of the lock of the prison door. That was a smart move, if not really freaking risky on Poindexter's part. Poindexter's grandpa, Ruby, and Alice open the cellar door calling for him, but instead knock out Daddy when he tries rushing them at the top of the stairs. Meanwhile, Poindexter gives the main teen instructions on how to get out, and the teen offers something in return.
You want to give me something? No wonder there's no money in the ghetto.
Ruby and Alice open the door to the cellar hoping to see Fool when they hear the front door shut and bolt.
Where did that crazy heifer go? You guys see where she went? Don't let her get away here. Hey, wait a minute.
Where did the grandpa go? He just left two petite women in a house alone with a psychopath? Alice tries to unlock the front door, but Mommy initiated an override, preventing Alice using the downstairs control panel.
I see you. And I see you, dearie.
Wait, how did Mommy get past Ruby and Alice? She can't fit through Roach's passages, right? I guess add teleportation powers to their list of evil stuff? Mommy wrestles Alice to the stairs, and just when you think Alice is going to be murdered, Cellar Team performs Hulk Smash and bites a chunk out of her arm, while the other kids smash through the walls. This one's wearing a Halloween mask for some reason, and chase Mommy right into the knife Alice was holding.
You hurt your mother.
You're not my mother.
Wow, she was really banking on those teenagers not intervening, huh? Mommy is thrown to the stairs and succumbs to her wounds.
Don't be crazy now. Got no dynamite back there to blow you sky high.
I'm tired of fucking around, so either put the gun down now or kiss your ass goodbye.
I bet this young actor was so excited to cuss without getting in trouble with his parents, because I know I would have been. Fool blows up the house after Daddy was an idiot and tried to shoot him, and the neighborhood is literally showered with money.
Fool, you okay? I feel like $1 million.
And that's the people under the stairs. It's definitely an odd horror movie that, while tackling some pretty severe topics, never takes itself too seriously and has a solid cast who seem to have worked well together and liked one another. You know, as a side note, as I was watching this movie, I couldn't help but think that this would make a really solid fan-made video game. You've got tunnels throughout the house, key items, 3 playable characters, 2 baddies and their puppy. If only I knew how to make video games. A girl can dream. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.
Shut the fuck up!